review for...
Oh, did we get it?
We
got a bad review.
Well, it's not bad. It's 2 stars out of 5 on our Apple.
Well, so that's sort of just below mediocre. I always feel like 3 is a pass, right?
Yeah.
And 2 is a fail.
At least it wasn't 1.
So what was the name of the person who hated us?
Nicholas Claus. So I think it's Santa Claus.
Okay, that's fine.
And then this was done on March 29th, 2020, like right in the middle of COVID. Mm-hmm. I just found it yesterday.
What does Nicholas Claus say?
He said, I gave it a chance for 15 minutes.
That was nice of him.
That's
to give it a chance.
At least give it a chance.
So that means he hated it off the top. He hated it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. He's like, I don't like this, but I'll give it another 15 minutes. And then I'm turning it off.
Yeah, and that's what he did. So look, I gave this a chance. Now, first of all, why are you giving it a chance? What do you owe to this podcast?
Well, I think he saw it on his feed and he was bored. He gave it a chance. That's nice of him. Thank you, Mr. Claus.
Okay, gave it a chance.
And then I like this line. The hosts appeared likable.
Audibly appeared?
Likable.
Then they obviously don't know you.
Yeah, I know. but they need more structure and interesting topics.
Oh,
I guess our topic, and I think a little research before each episode would really help. We appreciate the feedback, Nicholas.
That's good.
He's not going to hear it because he's not listening to it anymore, but we would like some more reviews, though. Give us your honest opinion. We know how many people listen.
No, don't give us your honest opinion.
Yeah, your honest opinion.
Honesty is overrated.
We'll read it on air.
We'll read it on air if it's really good.
Honesty.
But not we won't read a really shitty one. We'll only read the really complimentary
Why
ones.
do people talk about honesty like it's a good thing?
Well, it's good in some situations.
No,
honesty, you're right. Honesty, if you're too honest, first of all,
I don't like honest people. They scare the shit out of me.
If you're too honest, you're never going to get ahead. Yes.
Honesty, nothing frightens me more than honesty.
That means you can't tell that person anything because if you're honest all the time, you're not keeping any secrets.
Yeah.
You're not someone that's not someone to confide in. A liar, that's who you confide in.
That's who you confide in. Because nobody trusts them.
Nobody trusts it? Yeah. So a gossip is the best person because the person that's constantly talking about shit, they were like, oh, so did you hear Kathleen had an abortion? I don't know.
I don't know. I like how you would, I don't know, something crazy that could never happen. Oh, let's think way outside the box. Let's think way outside the box on this one. Something so wacky. It's inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
Like Kathleen had an abortion or Sean masturbated alone again.
That's what masturbation is, Sean?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying you probably had more abortions. That's right, abortions.
I
had an abortion.
Well, at least I don't have Kanye West telling.
That's how an abortion girl calls it. I had an abortion. I had one of them abortions.
An abortion. I feel really bad for Kanye West's oldest child because she now knows that she could have been an abortion. Like everyone jokes about.
Wait a minute, what happened?
I couldn't. You didn't hear what he said about his. He said when.
Did he rap about it or talk about it?
No, he talked about it in his or on Twitter.
At his presidential rally.
Yeah, because he's pro life.
Presidential rally.
Yeah. Okay. Oh god, it was crazy. He said Harriet Tubman wasn't a hero or something. He said something like
just delivered.
See,
black people to other
Nicholas Claus makes sense now because what you just do a little fucking research on what Kanye said.
I'm not saying that Nicholas Claus is wrong. He's actually 100% right.
Hey, you know that conversation that you guys have for free and you record it? Do your research!
Put a little more effort into this
Fuck
thing.
you, Nicholas Claus. You know what? Give us $500 a week and maybe I'll put down the remote control and start researching some of these topics. Like how many abortions Kathleen's had. I Googled it last night. No hits.
None. I've had none. But Kanye West he didn't have one. He almost made Kim Kardashian have one.
Why did he do that?
When she was first pregnant, he didn't want the baby. So he says he's like, oh, North could have been an abortion. I'm like, this poor kid's going to eventually see one day. And everyone thinks that.
We all could have been an abortion.
I know we all could have, but no, most of us are like, it wasn't even a thought. Right?
I think...
But I would say 25% of humans were a thought abortion.
We're
75% are like...
Here's the thing.
Wanted.
We're fortunate that our parents, generally speaking, had some religious values.
Mine didn't.
Like, some of them did.
Yeah.
Like, your parents just found out too late, right? Your mom was probably like, what's wrong with my stomach?
She was like, I didn't know I was pregnant, lady.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I think that, I don't know.
Like, the reason I'm alive was probably because my birth parents were Christian. And they just felt like they couldn't have an abortion.
Well, then we talked about this before, that you should love God because he saved you.
Yeah, God saved my life.
Yeah.
Probably. Like my parents
But not even like the real thing of God, just the idea of God saved your life. So even, you can still be atheist? Is that it?
Do your
I just
fucking research, Kathy.
I just about
Yeah,
said amethyst.
You can be an amethyst. That means you don't believe in God.
But
it's a good thing you're not a teacher. Because you'd be giving kids like the wrong words and the wrong definitions.
It would be the worst.
For everything.
The future would be fucked if I was a teacher.
Ugh.
At least the future that lived in whatever area that I was teaching in.
Do your fucking research.
Yeah.
So you got your lips done.
I got my lips done.
Does it look good?
I don't know. Does it look good?
I mean, I'm just looking at you. I don't know.
Does it look good?
I think it looks good.
The swelling has gone down a lot from like when I first looked at the mirror. I was kind of like, oh, I love them.
See, when women need things bigger, they can get it. That's what's great about being a woman.
Yeah.
Like if you're a guy, you got to live with whatever dick Jesus gave his.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you're a girl and you want bigger lips, get them. Bigger
Just
tits,
get 'em.
get them.
Get
Bigger
'em.
eyebrows, get them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, not that you'd want bigger eyebrows. When is
No.
that ever going to come back?
When-
Girls with huge eyebrows.
But when the 80s, well, I think I've seen some girls like fluffing them up and stuff. I'm like, relax, ladies. Like, yeesh, fluffing your eyebrows. But
Big lashes, little brows. That's what's in. What's going to happen when there's like no lashes, big brows? What if that comes back?
no lashes.
Yeah, burn your lashes off and just have giant brows. With
Wouldn't
no
that be
lashes.
bad for your face too, though? Because your lashes protect dirt from coming in your eyes.
Oh my God, these topics, Kathleen. Why did we just sat down and decided to prove Nicholas Claus right?
This is what we need. We need another producer to just Google during the entire episode.
Jim's doing a great job.
No, but Jim doesn't want to sit in Google. We need another. Maybe we'll ask Darth Vapor if he'd like to be our Google expert.
If Jim didn't produce these podcasts, our podcast would suck. It would just be me and you and
Oh,
here
it would be bad.
talking.
It would be really
Nobody's laughing, and it gets weird. And then 13 minutes in, you're like, all right, let's check the ticket. Let's check the ticket. It's too early to check the ticket. I'm gonna scratch everything. I'm gonna
scratch
take
the
48
whole
minutes
thing.
to scratch the whole goddamn
We're gonna
thing.
scratch the whole thing. Yeah, no, I don't know. Big
I
lips
just
are
went golfing.
You went golfing.
Yeah, I like to golf, Kathleen.
I know you do. Like some crazy man.
It's one of the only joys I have in life.
18 holes.
18 holes.
Jesus
And there's
Christ. I couldn't do 18.
One lady, I had a COVID problem.
You had a COVID problem.
I had a COVID situation, my first COVID situation. Because there was a hot chick, which is, here's the thing about, like, if
I'm
you're...
hot, but not in that way.
There's a lot of rules in the world, right? And hot chicks are used to being able to work around those rules, but not pandemic rules.
Oh, yeah.
So it's created this new weird world
yeah,
for hot
chicks
chicks.
are being told, put your mask on. They're like, but don't you want to see my face?
Yeah, so there we go. But I can't hit...
I need my face out to win.
You need to know I'm fake smiling to get the free stuff. So this woman, she's hot, right?
Yeah.
You can tell she knows she's hot.
Is she older, younger?
What, you fucking crazy? She's hot.
So she's 59?
I just said she's hot, guys.
Was she the beer car girl?
No, she was just a human lady out there golfing.
Ladies can golf now?
They're allowed to.
With the men?
But not with minorities. Has to be a white guy with
Oh,
them.
that's true, yeah.
So then,
That's a joke, everyone.
Oh, God. But yeah, so this lady wants to take her golf cart back to her car to get her clubs. It's a normal routine pre-COVID. You're lazy, you go grab the cart, you pay, you come back at your clubs.
This hot girl was lazy?
So this hot girl, maybe she's lazy, I don't know, but she tried to drive the golf cart out to the cars, and there was an actual roadblock. And she's like, so, like, can I... And then you can see her, like, fucking forcing her tits out to the guy who worked
Can I
there.
go that way?
Hi! Like, I'd love to go right. So she just looks at him and she's like, can I get through that? And then he was like... And you could see his male instinct was to be like, a hot girl has requested something.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to make it work for her. You know?
Yeah.
So, but then he goes, and then he stops and goes, no, like, I'm sorry. And she's like, I fucking hate this COVID stuff. And she was like almost in tears.
What?
And then an older woman, I was standing in line waiting to pay.
An uglier woman, you can say it.
She was beautiful for her age. So I'm standing there waiting, but I'm kind of like halfway in an aisle. Like kinda, and then this woman is standing 6 feet away from me, but just kind of like looking at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I know her? And then, I don't know. And then her friend comes in and goes, Kathy, let's go. And then she's like, I'm going to go, but I'm waiting for this man to move.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I moved over slightly, and she's like, it's called social distancing.
Oh.
And I'm like,
was
fuck,
her name?
I just got COVID.
Did you get Karen COVID?
I got Karen COVID.
Like, because there's negative and positive Karens out there.
Yeah, the world needs Karens.
We need more Karens to yell at people to put their masks
That's
on.
what people forget. The world needs fucking Karens.
Yeah.
Absolutely needs Karens.
What
Some
is
bitch to just come in and go, that's just fucking wrong.
What is your two-faced you're too close to me face and noise? Like, you know, if you're at a store and someone comes close to you, what do you do? Because this is mine. This is what I do. And then I make them feel bad because they got close to me.
I usually
like I do with my boyfriends.
I usually pour.
I'm sorry though.
Well, because you were saying you're a compilation gal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And porn-wise, you like to see
Over and over.
Yeah, you like to see the end of an event.
Like over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to see 9 guys, different guys, going, ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because you gotta look forever because they're always silent, and I don't want a silent comer.
No, you need a guy to go, oh,
yeah, bitch, no.
My back. You know, like if it wasn't porn, he would go, my knee, afterwards, right? You want one of those comers, like, oh, fuck, I stuck my dick.
I stuck my dick.
Yeah, you want a guy who like makes a noise like he hurt himself when he comes, right?
Yeah, exactly, over and over. Maybe
yeah, different guys.
Yeah, because I don't want to be watching like affection and bull.
But you're right, the guy in the porn video who just comes and doesn't say anything about it, that's a weird guy, isn't it?
Oh, just like...
You're in a movie. You're making a movie right now.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're an amateur
You
or a
act
professional.
a little.
Make a movie.
But then I think that they're told sometimes to not make noises because like men are generally I'm really hot today, homophobic. So like I've heard lots of guys say, if I can hear a guy, I won't watch the porn. If I can see his face, I won't watch the porn. So
if he's the lead actor, I'm out. Right? Like if it's mostly him and the girl, I can just see her hair or something. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but like
this is just Trent going.
That's lady porn. That's porn for girls.
Fuck that. You want to see a guy going, oof.
Yes.
No, that's gross.
Well, no, because if you think it's gross because you don't want. Like, of course it's not gross.
It's sick. Like, don't you want to see the girl? Don't you want to know if the girl's enjoying it?
Let me tell you, Sean. I'm in this Reddit like called Triple X Chick Flicks or whatever.
You're what? What are you doing on there?
I go for suggestions. There's great suggestions on there.
For sex?
For porn.
Oh, okay.
For what? Like,
you don't need recommendations for porn.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you want one. Okay, you guys, girls are very different then.
Well, what kind of porn? Like.
Lots. There are so many women on there are like, why don't men make any noise in porn? Why don't? And so then they're like, they'll post all these man porns that are like, ah, they're so good. But that's why I watch gay porn too, because I'm like, I always thought I shouldn't watch gay porn. But then my one friend's like, yeah, but it's just 2 dudes, you sometimes large and hairy the way you like it.
So it's like lesbian porn for women.
Yeah, and so we don't hear any ladies.
Chicks, yeah.
Yeah, we don't hear any ladies going, ah!
And you're right, men can look at 2 lesbians and go, yeah, why don't you get it on for me, ladies? Or like, maybe I should get in the middle of that, ladies.
Yeah.
But women, if there's 2 gay guys, they're kind of not supposed to say, like, why don't you guys kiss so I can, you know,
yeah, I don't think like, most gay men do not want a straight woman watching them.
Yeah, like, come on, guys.
Just say,
attaboy, guys, get after it.
I'll say it. I was at the Roost once in Edmonton.
I'd love to watch you 2 fuck.
I was at the Roost once in Edmonton, which, by the way, was the first place to ever pay me to do comedy.
Okay, and that's
do you remember the Roost? The gay.
I don't remember.
It was
the
gay bar.
Was it? I was at the Roost.
Yes, you did the Roost.
They wouldn't let me go on.
Why?
Just from my facial symmetry,
That's
they knew I
bullshit.
was homophobic.
That's bullshit.
They could just tell by the distance between my eyes that I hated gays.
Oh my god, Sean!
That's what they said. That's what they said.
Anyway, the Roost.
No, it was a cool room.
It was a cool room. I was there just like dancing at the Roost because like for women, gay clubs are amazing because it's like. Guys aren't hitting on you. You can just dance, have a good time.
It also, there's a higher standard for dancing.
Yeah, and gay men are way more fun to dance with than straight guys. Way more fun.
Because they can.
One of the coolest things that's ever happened to me in my
because
life.
They can dance. There's, he's doing a straight
we're watching
dance.
it. It's bad. It's bad.
My double-breasted fucking gorilla move.
You know what happened?
You should see me at a wedding. I get after it.
Yeah, you don't want to dance with a straight man. Never.
Straight man dance.
Don't dance with a straight man.
Slow dance. Remember that move?
You should start a TikTok dance called the Straight Man.
Man say only fool.
Why is that your favorite song?
How tall is that chick?
Yeah, that's a tall lady.
No,
It's like boys dancing with me when we were in grade 5 or grade 7, right? Because I was like, bleh, and they were like right here.
Pussy height, tit
That's
height.
the only. Yeah, some of them were even pussy height.
Titty. Nose to the grindstone.
By the way, dancing with gay men is about, because this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. It is a name drop and it's embarrassing, but it's the coolest thing that ever happened to me. One time in Toronto, I went dancing with Scott Thompson to a Spice Girls night. Like, I got to dance with Scott Thompson at a Spice Girls night. My Canadian brain almost exploded, and it was the best. Yeah. But he was so much fun to dance with. And then you go to clubs and guys, because guys like that are straight, they want to just like jam their dick into you. That's all they want to do.
That's not all we care about.
That is
we also want to know what your favorite color is.
Bullshit.
And how you get along with your mom. You know what I mean? We want to know how those relationships are
you want to know that. But no, straight guys are terrible to dance with. And so, so I was at the Ruse, and I like met this gay couple. And
but why can't we have fun too?
You can try, but don't expect us to do it with you.
You know what I mean?
But
why can't we fucking move our own way? It's because straight men have allowed women and gay men to tell us what dancing is.
Oh yeah, poor straight men again.
Yeah.
Poor straight men.
Why can't straight white males dance the way we fucking want to?
Another check in the straight man pile is losing.
It pisses me off. Because I believe that if straight white men got together and decided our dancing was the best, then...
But you've already done that with everything else. You've already done with everything else that golf the way it's done is the best way that straight men would do it. Women, probably the holes would be like different. There'd be colors on it. There might be more water features.
See,
but we didn't get to choose because you guys like it this way. It's just the same as like when roller derby started getting popular, and then all of a sudden there were dudes who were like, I want to be in roller derby. It's like, no. Can we please just have the one sport where we have to dress up super slutty to get people to pay attention to us, and these women are actual athletes? Like, can we just have that one sport where the dudes coming in and be like, well, I want to wear roller skates and skate around. Like, give us one.
Wow.
Give us dancing and give us roller derby and leave us alone.
Give us dancing and give us roller derby.
Leave us alone. But isn't it funny, like, how female sports, like, they have to dress up like hookers to make it a...
Well, it's just...
Don't you remember lingerie football?
We're so used to sexualizing the female body.
Yeah.
That, like, women are wearing pretty much the male equivalent of, you know, but because we're so used to sexualizing them, like, it's like...
Yeah.
She looks great in that little outfit. But the guys are wearing little outfits, too. It's not like... It's not like tennis players are out there in pants. You know, like they're wearing short shorts.
I love rugby for that reason alone. Just watching boys in those little shorts and their big giant legs.
Jesus Christ, Kathleen. I would like you better if you were a lesbian. All this talk about males and liking them,
it's
disgusting. You're not supposed to be sexually attracted to men.
I'm not supposed to sexualize men?
Right.
Okay, that's how it works.
We're not here to be gawked at.
This is my favorite part of being sexualized, is that if you want to like put a sexy topless picture out there, then you're a whore. You can't do that, and we'll ban your nipples. But like if a dude's walking, there's so many pictures of topless dudes on there. Like, I saw this one meme, it's a girl, she definitely topless, and then they had men's hairy nipples above it, and then I'm like, oh, that's acceptable now. And it is, because men's nipples can be seen, but women can't. So if we're sexualized, this is what I was talking about with OnlyFans, because I told one of my friends I had one, and then she was like, you're fucking crazy. But I'm like, hey, if there are men that want to pay to see my nipple, then I'm gonna cash in, because it's like, fuck this.
Wait a minute, so you would do like a cameo, but a topless cameo?
No, I have OnlyFans, and I have one picture where you can see a nipple. Just one, and it's black and white. But I have one. Because if somebody wants to see my nipple that badly, they're gonna pay $50 to see it. Good for them. I'm happy.
So wait a minute. So you are sexualizing yourself.
I am, and I'm making money off of it.
You want to see this nipple in color?
But this is my point. Is like we're sexualized our whole life. So finally we're like, okay, well I'm gonna strip or I'm gonna do porn and I'm gonna make money off it. Then suddenly we're awful people. So if we're gonna finally profit off of this sexualization that's happened our entire life, that's when men have a problem with it. That's when people are like, that's inappropriate.
No, that's when men don't have a problem with it.
I don't know, when I had Tinder...
Like, so it's $80, now we're talking $80.
Tinder, but listen, Tinder used to have that moments thing where it's like an Instagram story where you can post a picture and it lasts 24 hours and then it goes away. And I was like in the height of my craziness and like I was single and I was just like, I was posting topless pictures all the time on the moment so anybody could see them. And then it got reported. So I'm like, clearly I offended a man because either I wasn't attractive enough for him or... Because it's not women that are swiping through Tinder looking at me. It's men.
Or maybe it is women.
No, because I don't have that setting. Like, they're not going to show...
They can't even see you?
Well, why would they show a bunch of straight people to a bunch of gay people and be like, guess which one? Guess which one is your sexuality? Like,
you look like you're movable, though.
Oh, I'm definitely movable.
Yeah, you could be moved.
I'm persuaded easily.
Yeah, you could be somebody could just fucking move you 2 blocks on the sex chessboard and you'd suck it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Why not? And plus, like, I'm older now, so who cares anymore, right? You're
right.
You just like do stuff for so long. You're like, why did I not have that threesome? I've had those threesomes
Those are the people that I feel bad for. Like you're pretending to be straight for 50 years, and then you gotta like you tried gay once, and you're like, okay, that's what I was missing the whole time.
Oh my god, have you seen that show on Netflix called The Spectrum of Love or
no?
Love on
if
the
I
Spectrum?
see something that is just the title, no.
Okay, it is about people with autism dating, and it is so fucking, oh my god, it's the best show I've seen because dating is awkward, but imagine having autistic people that are blunt as fuck. Like there's this like one guy goes on a date and he's like, oh, I thought I was gay for a while, so I watched some gay porn and turns out I'm not gay. And like no one would say that on a first date, but it's just like these people are hilariously amazing. And they're also, it's so like sweet. Like some of them are, there's this one guy named Mike that is just like the sweetest. Like he's just like, I just want to get married and that's my dream. He's a little much, but he's so sweet and cute and funny, and it's such a good show. I don't remember what my point was, but
this is what I fucking
I'm not doing my research.
Something.
Maybe he's gonna message me like, and maybe less weed.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe we shouldn't be so high and unprofessional on this podcast that we do for free for no one.
That's what
Does that mean Santa is watching us?
Nicholas.
Oh, he's not listening to us.
No, he's not listening to us.
He might be watching us.
They seemed likable enough.
That was the funniest.
That's where we got the 2 stars.
They seemed like, we do have
they
a good likability.
They would have gone 1, and then they were like, but they seemed nice.
Yeah, they seemed nice. I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to let them know.
Yeah.
Give them a little constructive criticism. Do some research. Take a few hours before you go and talk for free.
Yeah.
And just do a little research.
Yeah, well, how could we research this podcast? We don't even talk. We just start talking.
Yeah, I guess we could have topics.
We'd have to have a psychic come in and tell us what we're going to talk about.
We could have somebody with ideas that could come. We could do like a thing where I go, we've reached a moment in the podcast where we're going to ask Kathleen 3 things or something.
Oh,
right?
yeah, have some little gimmick. That's true. And you have to involve the audience in somehow. So that's how we're going to involve you guys. If you give us a review, we'll read it on air.
And if you have an email or something, right? If you have a question for us.
Oh, yeah, it's deadbabybear@gmail.com.
I don't know who gets that.
We all do.
We all get
You know why we do, Sean?
Why?
Because a few months ago, I think before COVID times, I would get like 80 emails a day about Vikings. I'm like, what's going on? What kind of porn is Sean watching?
I couldn't find that season anywhere, and I'm really bad at getting onto like Pirate Bay and not getting some kind of virus. So I'm like, fuck it. So I just go on YouTube and buy it. And I didn't know that it was going to the deadbabybear@gmail. And also, my Visa is hooked up to that account. So anything you guys want
Oh my god, I never thought of that.
You absolutely could buy. Because obviously, my Visa is hooked up to that.
Good to know. That's
so is your kid's school.
So is my kid's
Yes,
school.
we do get... I didn't read any of those.
Wait a minute. Were they getting emails for that?
We were getting their, report cards and report sessions, and, Sam is doing this and that, and we're like, oh, I'm not going to read that because I don't want to invade Sam's privacy.
But I read it.
He's having a bad time. No,
he's having a tough year.
Yeah. No, but the fact that,
I selected the teacher.
Yeah, the teacher. Yeah.
The teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine the teacher being like...
The teacher is Dead Baby Bear is the email.
I mean, he's 10 years old and he's reading at a grade 3 level, and it makes sense now. His father's email is deadbabybear@gmail.com.
He must be a hunter.
Who only takes babies. The most cowardly form of hunting.
But for a while,
I do it with a bow and I get the kids.
I thought you were hiding purchases from Jessica or something. I thought that's what you were doing, and I'm
Vikings.
Why does he keep emailing this account? Just switch it to your personal account. And It was so fucking funny.
Yeah, because and then I think Jim started texting me like, "Hey, everything okay over there?"
Yeah, because I'm like, and I didn't know Vikings was a show. I'm like, I saw one.
I just thought you guys would be thinking like, doesn't he know he can just download this shit off of a fucking streaming site for free?
I mean, I was wondering what was
$2
happening.
an episode for Vikings for 2 seasons.
I was wondering what was happening, but
I got into this groove where I didn't care that it was $2 every episode.
You just got
I would just like cliffhanger, purchase, next episode.
Yeah, that's where they get you.
Boom, boom, $2, bang,
Yeah.
just every time. I probably spent about $50 watching Vikings.
That happened to me with Unreal. It's like a scripted show about a Bachelor style show. So it's like the backstage and their actors and.
Okay.
It's actually really good, and like I started watching the first season, and it was good. So I downloaded it, and it was like $30 a season, and then I felt like 4 seasons, and I almost spent $100 on this stupid thing.
Your lips actually look better now than they did when I first saw you.
Because the swelling went down, and the stuff is breaking up. Because I'm.
God damn it! I can't believe you did that because it's
Why?
needles in your lips, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can see like a little bruise.
Yeah, you can see. Yes, because I get bruises. I'm gonna get bruised.
Well, of course, everybody gets bruised lips when
I
a needle
know.
goes in them.
When
like
else do you get?
What does it look like when?
I didn't look.
Like they just
I'm
put a
sweating.
needle towards your face, and they're like, shh.
Well, I closed my eyes, Sean. I wasn't like,
ooh, ooga booga.
Can I watch the needle go in?
Oh, yeah. No, look up. You're like you're blowing them.
No, they give you these balls to squeeze, like those.
And you love big balls.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh great, giant balls again.
More big balls.
More big balls being thrown in my face.
Well, somebody puts a needle in my mouth again.
Again.
I think you're supposed.
That's what they always say. Hold the balls.
Wouldn't it be funny if the needle went towards your mouth and you just instinctively looked up at the person putting it in?
Oh my god.
Like it's a blowjob, you know? Instinctively start
oh my
making
god.
eye contact.
If I get, because you can't, they recommend getting like one more half.
And then you just instinctively gag, fake gag. Oh my god, that needle's so deep. That needle's so deep in my lips.
You know what? I didn't even know this too. Like because it's like a plastic surgery.
Thanks for doing that.
He's fanning us with gym mats right now.
Yeah.
Gym mats, but GYM mats, not JIM. Anyway.
Oh boy.
But so there's a dermatologist that works there that I guess he comes in and like does what a dentist does. Hi, how are you? Looks good, thank you. And like he gets paid to do that.
I went to a guy that I thought was a dermatologist forever.
Yeah.
When I was younger, and turns out he was never a dermatologist.
Oh, he's
Just
some
a
guy.
dude, just a guy.
Super
But the walk-in clinic in Fort Saskatchewan was like, you know, you're a young kid with bad acne or whatever. We're going to send you to this dermatologist. And then I went to this dermatologist in Sherwood Park, and his name was Jim. His name was Jim Katz.
Oh, okay.
And it was always like, my mom called him Kate's every time.
Oh, no.
And he would go, it's actually Katz. And then she'd be like, oh, we're going to Dr. Kate's. And
Oh,
I'd
she
be like,
should have been like, I have an accent, asshole.
yeah, but
Oh,
you
you
still
have an
don't say
accent,
Katz wrong. It's considered anti-Semitic to say, you know what I mean?
But there's Daryl Cates.
That's true. But this guy was Katz.
Okay, well,
I don't know,
be who
maybe-
you want to be, but relax on if someone
I know.
mispronounces your name. I don't give a. It's a, people call me Mickey all the time, Maggie all the time. I don't
He
give
wore a
shit.
yarmulke, you know. So, but he would just like come in, hi, and his face was always, he was a fat guy,
Yeah.
and his face was blotchy red.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, he's taking too much of his own juice. You know, like he was obviously putting a bunch of the fucking corrosion creams on every night. And then he'd come in looking like a fucking tomato every day. No,
Background
wrinkles.
Oh yeah.
But then I found out, like later when I was like 25, that guy wasn't a dermatologist. They were like, oh, Dr. Katz, he wasn't a dermatologist. I was like, what was he? And they're like, he was a skin cream specialist. And I'm like, well, I'm a fucking skin cream specialist.
Oh my god.
I had to wait 3 weeks to see this fucking fake dermatologist who was just like a skin cream specialist.
That's hilarious.
But that was back in the day when it could be like, you could be bought, you know, like
Yeah.
walk-in clinic, like if you were a doctor's office, somebody could fucking like, hey, if somebody's got a skin problem, send them my way and I'll send you on this Disney cruise or whatever.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
true.
Back when you could still do that shit.
You can't do that anymore.
Because I know some guys that are pharmaceutical sales reps now, and they're like, you can't even take a guy for lunch. Like, you
Oh
can't
yeah,
even-
because that's Can you do that as a liquor rep though? Because that's what I always thought it'd be fun to be a liquor rep.
Probably, yeah.
But then, like, God, you gotta be haggard by the time you're ending your 30s if you're a liquor rep. Because that's just like partying every fucking night.
Oh, liquor! I can't even imagine a worse gig than liquor rep.
It'd be fun.
Where do they go? What do they like? Is
They
you
go
gotta
to
be like
bars,
it's usually
like
like young,
somebody-
attractive people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like they don't have people like us. So
No,
they're like,
God,
you should drink Bacardi.
If you drink this beer,
Look at this. This is my Bacardi bill. People are like, I'm not drinking Bacardi. I'll have anything but Bacardi. Yeah, like people like trying to push Bacardi through this face.
Yeah.
Bacardi, drink it.
You know what? Bacardi's gonna sue us just because
Get
you
your
said
Bacardi
that.
bought.
Your ad for Bacardi on this unpaid podcast is so bad. Bacardi's gonna send a cease and
I'm
desist.
gonna call it Bacardi.
Bacardi.
Bacardi?
Bacardi.
Fuck, I feel like this entire podcast has just proven Nicholas Claus right.
We have not done enough research.
We haven't gone outside the shadow of the Nicholas Claus. But here's the thing: I don't want to know about bad ratings because I that freaks me out.
Yeah, you do. You gotta know that not everyone loves us, Sean.
Of course they don't.
They don't love us.
I mean, even immediate family members don't
love us.
always. It's not unconditional.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anybody in my life that loves me unconditionally. I think there's a few conditions for everybody's love.
I have my dogs.
Yeah, but that's not real love. You know what I mean?
But that's good love.
It is good love, but it's not love. It has to be human to human.
I guess so.
What a dog gives to a human isn't. They don't know what love is.
Yeah.
You know, they know who gives them food, and they know like that you have a nice yard now.
And they love them.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. They do love you. Like if you gave them up, it would take them 3 weeks to fully
Forget
adjust.
me. At least 3 weeks to.
And that's good.
Me. That is good. Because sometimes it'd be 24 hours and they're in a new place, but Eugene would look for me for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, and he would like his new owners. He'd be like, Jesus Christ.
It's hard to get a
these
seal
new
now
owners."
with my lips.
Oh really? So you're just falling? It just falls down your dress. It's worth it to have these huge lips.
They're not huge.
It just seems like something a single woman would do. Like once you're locked into a guy, do you need fatter lips?
It's not for guys. I just wanted to do it.
I know.
I don't know why I wanted to
It
do it.
does look
but
good.
I feel nice.
Yeah. I don't feel like I.
What would you do if they if they're like you have to do something to your face? What would you fix?
Well, I don't know. Probably bigger, like thinner lips.
Thinner lips.
Maybe I need thinner lips, so
Nobody
my beard looks more.
So you look
full.
like a Muppet?
Yeah. You know what I did one time? I had a super light. I have a shitty beard. Like it's like not a full beard, right? Like
Yeah, it's patchy.
It's a patchy beard,
Yeah.
right?
Apache
But it's better than.
What's an Apache beard?
What's an Apache? That's racist.
That's not racist.
I don't know. Let's see what Nicholas Claus thinks.
What's an Apache beard?
It's not a thing.
It might be. Is it true that Native Americans don't grow beards?
What? Where'd that come from?
It's true. They don't, like, the way that their hair grows, it does not, like you talk to any Native man, they're like, no, I cannot grow a beard or a
They
mustache.
look fucking cool with beards too.
Well, because I think
Like
it's
Ethan Bear with a playoff beard, he'd look fucking sweet.
Yeah, who's he?
He plays for the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, and they're starting tonight.
Yeah,
Oh my god, you know how I can tell every man in the world, like, some hockey is happening.
You fucking hate men, don't you? Like, it's weird because you want to
No,
hear
I
them
love
come.
men, but I kind of like...
You want to hear them come but not speak.
I'm like, for some stuff, but not everything.
Yeah, you just want to hear their come noise.
I just want to hear their cum noise.
Oh!
The way you do it sounds disgusting.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it is.
Do you shout? Who shouts stuff when they come?
I'd say things like, that's where it's at.
Right on the money.
Yeah.
You should start. Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever you come now, you should start with an old timey phrase. You know?
Yeah, that's a good one. Where you're like,
That's the bee's knees.
I'm about to come, see?
yeah. Flippy rickets. I'm about to lose my load.
Oh my god.
Here she comes again, boy.
Oh my god.
That's gross. Old timey ladies, because they were always wearing like big gowns too, so if they got cum on it, ugh, what an ordeal
That's a big
to
one.
get all the semen out
Well,
of
and
that.
it's not like
fucking-
they had washers and dryers.
They didn't?
No, they had to beat their clothes against rocks.
Yes, that's how you get cum out of a dress. Beat the dry thing against the rock until the semen's all gone. But But yeah, that's why I love these like old crime shows like pre-DNA.
Yeah.
You know, like when you watch true crime, I always hope there's DNA. Because I'm like, let's catch this fucking guy, right?
You can catch them now.
I can't watch unsolved mysteries. Like, you didn't figure it out.
Yeah,
what am I
need
fucking
it solved.
doing here?
But they're looking for your help.
I can't help
problem.
you. This happened in Oregon in the 80s.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
Give me a show where you figured it out at the end, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to watch a good one, there's one called Wrong Man, where it's like the guy who made Paradise Lost, which is like the greatest sort of true crime trilogy documentary ever made.
Okay.
Because they had unprecedented access to the defense attorneys, the prosecutors, the police.
And who was it about?
It was about these 3 kids that essentially got railroaded as murderers. Like, a child was killed in like a horrible way, thrown in a river. They're always thrown in a river somehow.
Well, that's how you try to...
Kids in rivers.
Wash away the body.
Yeah, so they threw it in a river, and then these 3 kids who were sort of like death metal kids, goth kids, the local Christian police force was like, something wrong with them boys. And then they basically framed those kids.
Oh, God.
And these guys served, 20 years in prison before they were released.
What?
And it was like, there's 3 movies made about it that are sort of through the process of those 20 years. Paradise Lost. God. It's really good. But there's another one called Wrong Man where they get into it. And it shows you like how many people are in jail erroneously.
Yeah.
Like, they basically just an inmate would say, I'm in jail and I'm innocent. And then this filmmaker is like, okay, I'm going to hire some lawyers and some private investigators. They're going to go over everything again.
Yeah.
And at the end of all the 3 episodes, the person was completely innocent. Where they just went back and looked at shit and they were like, what the fuck where'd they get that information from? How'd they get that? Like, they should have been looking at this guy.
Can you imagine being in jail for like 15 years and then they're like, we made a mistake. Oopsie daisy.
And then what they do in the United States is they say, we'll let you walk today.
Yeah.
But your conviction isn't vacated. You're still a convicted criminal, but you're gone today. You're free.
But don't they give them money as well?
But if you are doing an appeal, win the appeal, and then you're released, but that's like a 2-year process to go through an appeal.
Oh my God.
So what the prosecutors will do is say, we'll let you free now. We'll let you walk today before this appeal even happens. And the conviction stands. So
you're
still a murderer.
Technically a murderer. That's bullshit.
And then you can't file a civil suit against us because you're still a convicted criminal.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. So
That's
they try to play that game too. And most inmates will say, get me the fuck out of here. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to leave.
I want to get out of here.
Place.
I should have never been here in the first place.
It would be an insane thing to be like, I didn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, you'd wake up every morning in a prison and go,
why?
wait a minute, I didn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like every morning that would be your thought. You'd be like...
But I bet you sometimes people just start thinking, maybe I did do it.
And you're surrounded by people who did it.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. You're around actual criminals.
Yeah,
and you're now have to live with them.
Yeah, you're on a rapist floor.
Yeah.
With all these other rapists.
And what if you're
like, I'm the only guy here who didn't rape anybody.
What if you're accused of killing a kid or doing something bad to a kid? Because those are... You get in shit in jail. At least that's what Hollywood says. Like,
yeah,
you get
they'll give you a good smack a little bit. They'll give you a little poof poof out in the
They call that the pedophile shuffle.
Yeah, they'll give you a little naughty. Leave them kids alone. Hey, prisoner.
Leave them kids alone.
Yeah, they do that. They do a little sing-songy straight man dance. It's like gay guys in a line and they go, hey, fellow prisoner. Yeah, they sing that song.
Leave them kids alone.
No, if you're if you're wrongfully accused of it, and then there's DNA. A lot of times it's like, oh, there's DNA on the jacket, but we got rid of that.
Oh, I know.
Wait a minute, that's the jacket that could have exonerated me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's so fucked up. And it's not, and it is very common, I'm sure. I'm sure it's very common. I'm sure that it's like. I
don't know why we're fascinated by it either. Like, whenever
jail?
Well, like true crime, prisoners, jail, murder. Like, it's like, whenever Netflix drops a new sort of true crime thing, it immediately jumps to the #1 spot, the #1 most watched thing. People just can't get enough of somebody murdering people and then getting away with it for a while, and then you get to try to piece it together. I
think people need to see that, though, because otherwise we'd have way more murders, right? Because if people were like, I can get away with this, I know how to get away with this, because they never saw people getting, like, caught, then of course everyone would try to murder.
There's no shortage of white guys that think they have a great plan.
Yeah, or white girls, or people.
white girls are usually smart enough to go
The
like,
poison.
I'm scared of prison, or like, I don't know about that. Guys are like, I ain't going to fucking prison. Here's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll her up in a fucking slip and slide, put her in the back of my dad's van,
take her to the garbage chute at my work.
torch it. Torch the whole fucking thing.
Oh my god!
I'll torch it.
Oh my god!
And then they torch it, and they're like, fuck, it didn't burn the back. I knew I should have stayed longer.
Terrifying.
Dead, you know?
Have you ever been like, I wish I could kill that person?
Nah.
I never thought to kill
I never
someone.
thought somebody should be dead, you know?
I mean, only when I'm driving do I wish death upon people.
Yeah.
Anytime someone does something shitty to me, I'm like, I hope you crash into a wall.
Yeah, you're right. Whenever it's like an anonymous person, but I've never been like, I wish that person was dead.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be fun to, like, in a virtual reality world, kill somebody? That'd be kind of
Yeah,
a fun
it'd be fun
virtual
to do.
reality
It's
thing.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's like Westworld. You're gonna get to go to these places and murder a bunch of people, and then be like, "Oh, this weekend we went and we
that was
were in
kind
a
of fun.
gang."
That was a fun weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if for me,
gonna happen.
a perfect vacation is like, let's go to Jasper and then we'll do like a hike during the day and
If you
go
could
see
just
the
virtual
falls,
reality
and then
that.
we'll maybe go skiing, and then at night we'll go back to the hotel and do virtual reality where we all go into a hotel room and murder 6 women.
You got your outdoors and you got your psychological
indoor activity.
gaming.
Yeah, like I don't want to play Xbox. Let's do some VR murder.
Do you think though that will make people want to really murder more if they get a little taste of it? They're gonna want to do it in real life.
I don't know.
That's the
Get
thing.
it out of your system.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
get it
what
out of
I
your
think.
system.
Get it out of your fucking system.
But maybe you get a taste for it.
Yeah, maybe you're like, those guys are weird. And then when they get caught, here's the thing. When they're like, we're so interested in these cases. It's so fascinating, like their methods and like how did they do it and this. And then when they're caught and then we know who they are, they're the most boring fucking losers in the world, right? Like none of them are even interesting, really.
Well, Ted
like,
Bundy.
Maybe Ted Bundy a little bit, but I mean, if he looked like me, they would have been like, ugh, and then moved on, right? The only reason he was fascinating.
You look like you could be a celebrity serial killer. Like you look like you would be.
Like I murder celebrities?
No, that you would be remembered as a celebrity serial killer. Like there's a lot of serial killers out there, but like you can only name a handful off the
thank
top
you very
of your
much.
head. I think that if you started, Sean the Conqueror
thank you
could
for
be
saying
one of
that.
the top.
I appreciate you saying that.
I believe in you, Sean, and I believe that you can
Do you
become-
think if I killed a bunch of people that I'd be famous?
If you did it exact same way every time, yes.
So there'd have to be a pattern.
So
you're saying I'd have to have a pattern?
Yes!
I couldn't just randomly execute people in different ways?
Or maybe you couldn't. That's your signature.
And I'd be called the Sean LeComber Killer. Like they just make it my name because I'm
The
so
Puzzler.
boring.
This comedian kills.
Isn't there a movie about a comedian serial killer? Or I've heard somebody, or maybe I met a comic that's like, I have an idea for a script. It's Dexter, but he's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, it's good. Just goes around killing club owners.
Yeah. That's the funniest thing about stand-ups is like whenever they write a script, it's almost always like their first is almost always about this person is a stand-up comedian and we're gonna throw them in
Interior
this
comedy club night.
It's all about a stand-up comedian doing something. Every single one of them.
Yeah, interior mom's house evening. Interior comedy club evening. Interior mom's house evening.
It's totally
You
like.
guys ever get out? No.
Like I wonder how
Interior.
I wonder how many scripts a year, like these people that read the scripts at the networks have to read about a comedian thrown in some weird thing. A comedian is now a veterinarian. A comedian because we're dumb. We think that everybody wants to know about our lives, but people don't because clearly only one Seinfeld was the only one where he was a comedian, or was Drew Carey a comedian? But they didn't really showcase it.